Hey, how's it going everyone? This is DCSG81 and it just feels a little bit odd because today I'll be doing a review for this bootleg Spider-Man Far From Home. First of all, I'm not even sure if an original version of this has been reviewed by myself before until I do a search on my own YouTube channel, and I did do a review for this guy before. And today we'll look into this Spider-Man upgraded suit from Far From Home, and this is from the SH Figuarts. To my surprise, it is almost identical to the original box. As you can see right now, they are just missing the SH Figuarts words, the Bandai, Tamashii Nation, things like that. But other than that, the artwork is pretty much the same. Even for the side here, yeah, you can see that there is supposed to be a SH Figuarts here, but there is nothing. But other than that, the picture is very much the same. Even for this side, yeah, it's almost identical to the real box, and at the back is even more similar. Yeah. Wow, this is rather good. And I just like to say that they really did a good job to mimic the box and taking out all the official company's name so that they don't get into some lawsuit. But I think this is enough for them to get a lawsuit from Bandai. But nevertheless, let's open it up. And for the unboxing part, I would like to do it live on the video, so we'll see whether is there anything falling apart. Yeah, wow. Okay, so from here we can see that it looks very sturdy. At least I don't see any broken legs or hands like that on the box. It just looks like the real thing though, my goodness. And I can already feel the tape here, which is what they usually do for bootlegs. They'll just tape a big tape around so that it doesn't fall apart. When the tape is yellowish, oh my goodness. Okay, so we have it. Oh, okay, the eyes has fallen off. Let's get him out of the box. Oh, I can feel that it doesn't feel good.
And you only have to worry about one thing.
Like some sticky parts. Maybe it's been too long in the box. Okay. Yeah. If you're an experienced collector, you will definitely can tell that this is not a real thing because even the plastic feels cheap already. Okay, so let's take a closer look. There is some stickiness to it. Maybe it's been too long. The paint wise, I would say is that still acceptable, still passable. Not that bad. As a matter of fact, they even have the new molds from the SH Figuarts, the Tong styles. And yeah, wow, okay, even though the plastic seems cheap and the paint is a little bit sticky, but overall I think it's still looking quite okay. I mean, for those that are new to collecting, maybe they can't really tell, and you can see there's already a big bad paints over here. Is that oh no, this is the this is a joint. Okay, I'm not sure if the original does have this. Let's take a look. Oh, okay, you can really see some bad paints on the eyes, the silver parts. Okay, so it just feels cheap, but at the same time, I think for the price of it, maybe just a quarter or 1/3 of the price for a real thing, this is pretty good already. Okay, at least it doesn't fall apart. Now that I've taken a closer look of it, I can tell that there is a lot of defects. From here you can see that the plastic has started to turn white. Even for this one here, you can see that it's a lot whiter than this part here. Yeah, something like, I think it start to brittles. Maybe eventually it will become soft and broke. And from here also you can tell the butterfly joints is like very bad plastic being used over here inside. Yeah, even here you can tell. Wow, I think this guy is going to disintegrate very soon.
I don't feel so good.
You're alright.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know.
Okay, so next let's check out the accessory that he comes with. I'll start with the hand as always. So he just comes with a pair of closed fist hand that's already on the figure. a pair of relaxed hands, pair of wall crawling hands, a pair of thumbs up hands or the hands that is used for holding onto the webbings, and lastly a pair of web shooting hands. And he even comes with the usual webbings. This is the short one which give a pair, and also a pair of medium webbings. Lastly, of course, they also comes with a single long webbings for him to hold on to. It also comes with this piece here for you to attach to his back to connect to the stand so that you can have him on swinging pose. And lastly, he just comes with this piece here for you to remove his eye, and also the piece at his back for these things here. And of course, he just comes with two more sets of interchangeable eyes, which I can see this one here is like badly painted. So from here we can see that he just comes with the same set of accessory as the original, and even the webbing actually looks pretty good. I believe that even the materials feels the same like the original, and the hands are pretty well painted as well. This is a good surprise. Okay, so I'm trying to change the hands into this wall crawling hands. For this one, I use a lot of force to actually force it in, and finally I managed to do it. But for this hand, I just couldn't. I have tried a lot of times already, and even with it just doesn't go in. Oh my goodness, what happened here? So this is what you will get for a bootleg. Okay, next we'll move on to the most interesting parts of the review, which is the articulations. And let's see if I break anything on the spot. Okay, I'll start with the head as always, so he can look to the right and it's rather rigid. You can see that his neck actually moved together with the head and also looking to the left. Wow, okay, doesn't feel good at all. Looking up, yes, very good. Looking down is also very good. Let's see if I can take off his head. Wow, even this piece here looks very identical to the original. Okay, which is pretty well done. I would say it's a well done job. And yep, we have seen just now there's a butterfly joints. Of course, he can do. Wow, okay, let's try again. It's a pretty big movement, and oh my goodness, can you see the big hole there? I'm pretty sure the original doesn't do this. Okay, it's a very big hollow holes there. Okay, and 360 degrees, no issue. Going upwards, let's try again. Not so good. Okay, I don't think that the original can do this range. It should be a much better one. Is there a bicep shivels? This doesn't come with a bicep shivels except for the butterfly joint. I'm not sure, need to check on the original. A double joint elbow. Okay, I think this is where the breakage starts. Okay, can do one, but it's quite forceful. Yeah, doesn't feel good there. And his hand, of course, you can move around going up and down. And let's take a look at the joints. Okay, wow, surprisingly it also looks very similar to the original, and even have the popping sound, which is a good sign. And let's see on 2 points of articulations. And oh, okay, so I just noticed you can tell that this red here has started to fade off. Doesn't look good there. And yep, you can actually shivers around, turning side to side. Oh, mine has I think it's stuck there. If I were to force it, I'm pretty sure it'll break. You can hear the squeaking sound. Yeah, not so good. But for his torso, okay. Let's see if this thing is not breaking. Let's see if okay, I can connect it back. Okay. It just came off very easily. If I were to, do just a bit of looking up, you see, doesn't feel so good. Okay. Yeah, but it can go in rather tight. Yeah, once I go in, it doesn't come out easily, but once you just do a yeah, doesn't feel that good. Yeah, cannot really move the torso because it will just come off. And for his leg, okay, more than 90 degrees, pretty good. kicking backwards is the same. Yeah, this is the same range as the original, I believe. And there's a shivels there. Again, it's very tight but still working. Okay, and let's see if there's a double jointy. Again, like the elbow is very tight, doesn't feel as smooth as the original. And for the legs, of course, you can turn around going up and down, and he just comes with a shivels which works perfectly fine. And for his let's see, a split, yes, about there, pretty okay. But let's try to do a bend forward. He can do a, wow, okay, pretty good bend forward. And he does again have a big hole. Not sure about the original, maybe I should start to check. Okay, bending backwards, came off again. Yeah, this thing here just couldn't bend, it would just come off rather easily. Okay, can articulate pretty well on most of the part except for the torso. Yeah, and this portion here looks rather scary, a big hole. But other than that, I think can still do some pretty crazy pose.
A few minutes later.
And yes, he can do a superhero landing pose pretty easily, I would say. Yeah, something like the original whereby you can pull off this pose very easily. Yeah, so this one is, wow, not too bad. Okay, so let's do some size comparison. I'll start off with some Mayfax Spider-Man. I do have the band release Spider-Man over here. Oh my god, so big. And also this symbiote Spider-Man, he looks like a kid there. And next we'll move on to some Marvel Legends. I do have the Friendly Neighborhood Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, as well as the Amazing Spider-Man Andrew Garfield. Again, he looks like a kid. And lastly, let's compare back to the SH figures. I have the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and I couldn't find the original version of SHF for this Spider-Man, but I did find the what do you call, the integrated suit Spider-Man, which is also Tom Holland. Yeah, so I believe it should be around the same scale for these two in terms of the original ones. Okay, so for my final verdict of this bootleg Spider-Man, okay, in terms of the overall look, yes, he does looks about 90% of the original, except for a few parts whereby there is a big gap, and also the paint is not being painted very well, or even the plastic being used is not that high quality, can feel some stickiness and also some brittleness of it. So I'm not surprised that the more I play with it, the sooner it will get broken. Yes, so in terms of the articulations, like I tell you just now, this portion here just came off very easily, and the rest of the part is very tight, and it doesn't feel good when moving around. It just feels like, you know, like it just gets stuck on anyhow it wants, and maybe if you force it, it will just break. Yeah, those kind of feelings. It's not as smooth as SH figures, of course, but nevertheless it still can pose pretty well, like I showed you just now. And in terms of the accessory, is again 90%, or I should say 100%, like what the original given you is there, so you don't have anything missing there. And for the scale, I'm not so sure whether it's the same as the original, because I couldn't find that. I somehow misplaced it. Once I find it, I can tell you guys. But when compared to the rest, it looks like it's pretty much the, you know, the original SHF scale. And of course, with the pricing, I believe this guy should be just 1/3 or maybe even a quarter of the original SHF price. So yep, if you are on budget and you really wanted a Spider-Man and you don't mind a bootleg, I would say that this is a pretty good one, since it doesn't have any human head, because usually for bootleg, the human head is the part that they screw up. They couldn't really paint the human eyes properly and the skin tone and things like that, so it normally would looks very ugly. But this Spider-Man doesn't have any Tom Holland head, so I think it's still fine. So yes, I would say that this is kind of like a good bootlegs if you wanted to get this upgraded suit Spider-Man and you couldn't afford, or you couldn't find the original ones. Yes, I do think that this you can actually hunt this down in maybe Taobao, or even like AliExpress and those places. I believe there's still a tons of these Spider-Man lying around. So I do hope that you enjoy my review of this bootleg Spider-Man, and I'm not promoting bootlegs. I'm just saying there's an alternative choices for you guys. If you do find the original too expensive and you do want to spend a fortune, the bootleg, yeah, you can still get it. Or if you have any broken parts of the original and you don't want to spend money to buy another original, you can try to think of a bootleg, because you can also reuse some of their joints. Yeah, for your original one, it could still be a good solutions for your broken joints issues. And I'll catch you guys again in my next video.